BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody. I'm a little down today. My energy's a little bit low today. I'm gonna try to have my energy up a little bit higher for y'all. But I want you to know my energy is a little bit low today. We got a lot of bad news. As usually, us, the BBN, we was a little bit ahead of everybody else, and we got the bad news yesterday. But we got a lot of bad news today, like worldwide. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so usually us being the BBN, we usually get news before everybody else. But energy is definitely a little low today, so I need for everybody to just bear with me. And I'm gonna blow my nose because allergies. But we got a couple of things that we're gonna talk about today. Sorry about this. Allergies is kicking my butt. We got a couple of things that we're gonna talk about today, real quick. Let's look at the docket. We're gonna talk about DMX And before we even go any further, since I'm going to mention this thing about Prince right now, before we go any further, let's give a shout out to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Beyonce and Jay-Z plan on buying back DMX's, I think, masters, and then giving them to his kids. DMX also has 17 kids, by the way. So, could we clap it up for Beyonce and Jay-Z? Definitely praying for X. I was actually had plans to go out to Yonkers. It didn't work out the way that I would have preferred for it to work out, but we had plans to go to Yonkers. It didn't work out the way I would have preferred for it to work out. But definitely without a shot, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to show up. If DMX still was alive, we was gonna show up today. DMX passing away, I didn't want to show up on the day he passed away when I wasn't able to make it the other days. I just thought that would have been callous, and I just didn't think that was the right move for us and our brand. That's not the type of time we on. So that's why we didn't show up today out in Yonkers. Just so that's why we didn't show up today out in White Plains. But I know where y'all at in Yonkers. I know where you at in Yonkers. Copy. Salute to everybody that's out there. Salute to YO. Salute to Rough Riders, Locks. Salute to X. I know where you at. Copy. I know where y'all at. Y'all at the same. Y'all in the same spot niggas pull up to in the summer, right? I know where you at. Apparently I got an open invitation in, so we might be pulling up there this summer. Y'all doing a vigil tomorrow at that same spot, Brimside, at that same spot. Yeah, apparently they fuck with me in Yonkers. Well, they fuck with me everywhere. Like I keep trying to tell you. And this is not a bragging thing. This is just a real shit thing. People fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? So when y'all be hearing like clowns talking about like weirdo shit, that's the main reason why I don't really want to get into the conversation with them. With that being said, for everybody that don't know, Jay-Z and Beyonce is buying DMX's masters back. Remember we had the conversation about the masters the other day. DMX does not own his masters. I think he owns his publishing, but he does not own his masters. Beyonce and Jay-Z is buying his masters back and giving it to his children. I believe they buying the masters back for like 10 million or something like that. So shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Salute. That's the type of time we should be on. Yo, I already know. Come on, Brim. Like I'm about to like. X is big for real, and X touched a lot of our hearts, and it helped a lot of us through hard time, and that's a fact. Don't let nobody lie to you. If X didn't help you through no hard times, I don't know what to tell you. With that being said, another thing that we have on the docket today is Prince. They have some new Prince music that's gonna be dropping of unreleased songs. We might go over that for a minute just to talk about it. Obviously, as everybody knows, I believe Jay-Z owns Prince's catalog. And there was an NYPD cop that has been found for perjury. And so there's going to be like 50 cases that's just thrown out. Like, yeah, real shout out. That's dope. That's a fact. With that being said, let's go over the people who threw drops this morning. Let's go over people that threw drops this morning. And for everybody that don't know, Rough Riders Anthem, #1 on iTunes. For everybody that don't know, today Rough Riders Anthem, #1 on iTunes. Let's go over the people that threw drops this morning. We changed the way that we do it. We're not calling out the actual denomination. We're just gonna call out the fact that they did a drop. That should be good enough. What up, Liberty? Shout out to Prince to Amir. Shout out to Danny Bryan. Shout out to DZ. Shout out to Dog Soldier. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. Shout out to Kelly. Shout out to Lex BX. Shout out to Garrett Crawford. Shout out to Big Malo. It's definitely a hard day for a lot of people. This is a fact. Shout out to Marcus Steele. Shout out to James S. Shout out to D Vertical. Shout out to D Vertical. And shout out to D Vertical again. Shout out to Marcus Steele. Shout out to D Vertical again. Shout out to Mind, Body, and Soul. And shout out to Kimmy Queendom. And shout out to Vic Star. We definitely appreciate all of y'all. We appreciate everyone. Yo, look, I want to explain something. If you notice, I never start shit with people. And that's because I don't only just appreciate myself and who I am, who we should all appreciate yourself, but I also appreciate other people. So therefore, I don't want to put negative energy out there if possible. Do we put negative energy out there? Sometimes all of us do. But if possible, I hate to put negative energy out there. If possible, I hate to put negative energy out there. Let's start being on that type of time. Let's start attempting, whenever possible, to put positive energy out into the universe. You don't never know what it's gonna attract. With that being said, let's do roll call real quick and then let's get to the show. What up to the business? As usual, not for nothing, but the business is like almost always here first, and he's dropping frost, all types of different frost. What up, New York Nikki? She says R.I.P. DMX, R.I.P. DMX. That's a fact. What up, Liddy Hazelden? He says let's go, y'all. Oh, let's gov, y'all. I don't know what that's about. What up, Waxavelli? He says sub BBN. What's good, Frost? Who else we got up in here? What's up, James S? So you see his smoking feet. Who else we got up in here? James S says salute Frost BBN fam. Salute to Liberty 3 times also. What up, Daniel Sabrino? He says King DMX. What up, Kimmy Queendom? She says hello. What is Queen Shot? Queen Shot says good evening, Frost BBN fam. Hashtag RIP. Well, Frost and Hearts. Then hashtag RIP DMX. What up, Brimside? I'm not going to read all of your comments, Brimside, but I'm going to read this one. He said we out here in Yonkers, New York, feeling effed up. Out here, y'all pray for X. Pray for X. Pray for his family. These are facts. Who else we got up in here real quick? Queen Shah. What up, Queen Shah? She said salute to my guy James S. Let's go. What up, Intergalactic Space Ninja? He said if you go tomorrow to hit you, I'm not sure if I'm going tomorrow. I don't have a car, so it depends on if I get a ride or not. What up, Emmanuel? How you doing, Emmanuel? What up, Bree Powell? The sniper. Who else we got up in here? She just a whole bunch of eyes in the trees. She's watching everybody through the scope. Who else we got up in here? What up, Dog Soldier? And while we at Dog Soldier, shout out to Dog Soldier with the $5.50 drop. Dog Soldier starting it off early. Who's joining him? Dog Soldier starting it off early. He said, I'm not playing no games with you fools. Who's with Dog Soldier starting it off early? Who else we got up in here? That's it. That's everybody. Emmanuel says Jack was the designer of the beanie. This is a polo, homie. With that being said, there's a couple of things that I want to say real quick, right? And the number one thing I want to say is this. Look, never stop believing in yourself. Right? What up, Swag? Never stop believing in yourself. Never. Alright? Never stop believing in yourself. Never let somebody else's inadequacy with them own selves and their belief that they can't do something make you feel like you can't do it. Some of us were unfortunate enough to grow up around or be around, just be around people who don't have faith in themselves. People who don't have faith in themselves, all they're ever going to want to talk about is how other people can't make it. So be mindful. Learn. There's a lot of people, not just X, but there are a lot of people out there that have been given lessons out to us for years. Accept the lessons that fit with your life. Accept the lessons that push you forward in life. Accept the lessons that's going to make you a better person. Those lessons that ain't for you, ignore them. Those lessons that isn't going to help propel you to where you need to go in life, ignore them. Those lessons are not for you. Those lessons are for other people. But some of these lessons that's for us, like have self-confidence, believe in yourself. Don't let other people tell you what you can and can't do. How many people came up in here, and this is not, I'm not trying to drag anything going on with DMX or nothing like that, so believe me when I tell you. But how many people came up in here the other day, and if you watched them on social media, on Instagram, was on Instagram trying to drag me, telling me that I wanted, yo, Can I just say something real quick? This clown ass nigga Punch, he went on his jump off talking about why do people want DMX dead for? What in the fuck? Punch, just because you don't know people that could tap you in, that don't mean the rest of us don't. What up, Anthony Iman? He says, Facts, Jack Frost. What's up, everybody? God bless us. God bless DMX and his family. God will be with us, all God willing. That's a fact. Yo, look, what up, Rule? Don't nobody see them dots, Jones. He says, salute BB and family and Frost. Yo, check this out. Just because you ain't tapped in with the right people to be able to, look, be quiet sometime. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even trying to, I don't want to stay on this Punch shit because I don't really care about it. But if that nigga ain't a clout chaser, I don't know what is. I was watching The Wire earlier, season 3, episode 1. They send the dude in for a buy and sell to get everybody pinched. Everybody gets arrested, right? You know the motherfucking cop that was the guy that got everybody arrested in the first place, when they cuffed him, yells out, somebody snitching. Yeah, nigga, you. Pay attention to when people do shit like that. Pay attention to the individuals that's always talking about somebody clout chasing. 9 times out of 10, they clout chasing. What the fuck? If you mad at me for reporting it early, okay, not a problem. But if you're mad at me because you're saying I was lying, no, nigga, I was not lying. What up, DZ? DZ says, BB and Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Salute to the chat. BB and West, the smoking section. Yeah, so we're not doing that. With that being said, let's talk positively about our brother X. For everybody that don't know, I just mentioned this a moment ago. Jay-Z and Beyonce is buying DMX's masters and gifting them to his children. Can we clap it up for Jay-Z and Beyonce, please? Can we clap it up for Jay-Z and Beyonce, please? Let's clap it up for Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z, I know there's a lot of people that don't like Jay-Z and Beyonce. I personally don't have a problem with them. But they're constantly coming through. They're constantly coming through for people, man. I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to Rule. Don't nobody see them Dots Jones with the $15 drop. No comment, Clint Eastwood eyes. Who's next? Let's piss the haters off tonight. Let's piss the haters off tonight. You know how we piss the haters off? The thing that haters hate the most is when there's drops. Let's piss the haters off tonight. Let's show people how strong the BBN is. Shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's a fact. What up, Roach? Shout out to Jay-Z and I'm working on that. Shout out to Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's a fact. You can go, anybody that's at Jay-Z and Beyonce level of stardom, acclaim, and fame, you can just throw a stone and hit people that they probably pissed off. You understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they did tons of things that were not necessarily the right thing to do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's tons of people. Tons of people. You understand what I'm saying? So this isn't about how much somebody dislikes those guys. Let's give them their flowers. They're doing some good things out here. You feel me? Let's give them their flowers also while they still here. The Real says, hey Frost, someone made a good point about why the family would say it wasn't a drug overdose. If he had life insurance, the company would consider it a suicide and not pay them. First of all, I don't think drug overdoses should ever be considered a suicide, period. So maybe that's a fight we need to have in court. Maybe there needs to be some kind of, how do you say statute created, so that if somebody does have an overdose, these freaking insurance companies can't get off the hook by claiming it to be a suicide. Maybe we need that fight to happen, and maybe an individual as big as DMX would allow for us to be able to win that fight. Because right now, if that's something that they plan on doing, me and you can't win that fight. Somebody like DMX, he could be able to win that fight. Me and you, we can't win that fight. Just stating facts. Shout out to Roach with the $20 drop. He says, peace, y'all. Who's next? Shout out to New York Nikki with the $5 drop. She said, my sexy red delicious apple. Appreciate you, baby girl. Let's go. We here, you feel me? Who's next? Let's show people how strong the BBN is. Let's stop people talking crazy. Hold on, I think I missed a comment I wanted to read real quick. Anthony Iman says, DJ Lunch. What the hell? We calling him that from now on. That nigga is DJ Lunch. DJ Lunch said, Anthony Iman said, DJ Lunch is trying to create momentum and insert himself in Bobby's lunch table because he said he from the cool I don't know who the hell told DJ Punch. He said DJ Punch knows a lot of people. Shout out to DJ Punch. I actually heard he's a pretty cool guy. Not for nothing. Heard he's a pretty cool guy. Alright? I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna lie. I heard he's a pretty cool guy. James said he's gonna give them dandelions. For everybody that don't know, dandelions is weeds. So that was like, I don't know if he meant to make that many puns or jokes inside of that joke, but dandelions is weeds, and that's James S. He's in the weed smoke. Well, my point is this. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what my point is. Even if he did do a drug overdose, I don't think drug overdoses should be considered to be suicide unless you could prove that the person was trying to kill themselves. Copy? I don't care if it was a drug overdose. I don't think drug overdoses should be considered suicide unless you are proven that the person was trying to kill themselves. Period. The percentage of people who are probably trying to actually kill themselves with a drug overdose is much smaller than the percentage of people who's just trying to get high. I don't think, that's just my opinion. So I don't think it should be considered. So I don't care if it is drugs. I don't care. That's me though. I don't care. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's a thing. So I don't care if it was or wasn't a drug overdose. I don't care. You feel me? I think more than anything else, his family probably doesn't want his legacy to be of someone who died from drugs. I think more than anything else. Like that's not necessarily the type of legacy someone will want one of their loved ones to leave. What up, Ben Romans? It's good evening, Frost. I must say you were correct once again, my dude. And I'm not trying to gloat. I'm really not. I'm not trying to gloat at all, right? But how often am I not correct? That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. Whenever I see somebody that creates content going on and on about how Jack Frost never knows what he's talking about, how often am I wrong? That means that whoever is saying that I never know what I'm talking about, that means they literally have to be lying to their community all the time. So that's why I be like, what are you gonna do? What up, Vilo Corleone? So that's how I look at it. If you got somebody that does social media and their thing is to constantly say, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm lying, I'm off, whatever the case is, that means that they're just making content that's just lies. How often am I wrong? You could not like that I'm right, but how often am I wrong? What did I tell y'all? Just to be clear, what did I tell y'all? I said that he had organ failure, right? So now I'm learning that when you on the machine and they take you off the machine, the breathing machine, that's what happens to you. You get organ failure. Right before you pass away. Didn't I tell you he was having organ failure? No, I don't think suicide. First of all, we're gonna say that drug addiction is a disease. How can you call somebody that overdoses off of drugs? How could you say that it's a suicide? So one of the main things I would do if I was an individual who was like a lawyer or whatever, and I was representing the individual, family that was trying to get the payout from the insurance company, I just bring in a lot of doctors that will just basically say, yo, look, drug addiction is not a choice. Addiction is not a choice. If somebody is addicted to something, that's not a choice, that's a disease. How can you say that somebody that dies from a disease is committing suicide? Ben Roman says, Jack Frost, like journalists, feds, with 100% correctness percentage. It's probably not 100%. It's not 100%. I'm not God, but it's pretty high. I'm not sure if DMX took the whatever. I'm not sure if he took the shot. I have no idea. It's being reported that he did, but I don't know if he took the shot, and if he did take the shot, I don't know if it had anything to do with what just happened. Queen Shah, what up, Queen Shah? Says, I think it's disrespectful to reduce the cause of his death to be drugs. As a fan, I found it insulting. He was more than influential to the web entire generation and then some. Well, my point is this. If I used to work with people that I used to work in that field, right? So if an individual, it's not going to be hard to find people that's going to say drug use is a especially, people, drug use is a disease. It's not going to be hard to find doctors, accredited individuals that's going to say drug use is a disease. 95% of any physicians or doctors is going to say that drug use is a disease. Shout out to DSTN. Ain't nobody calling you Dustin. I don't care what your wife says. And what's up, Maxine? 90%. Oh, damn. You sure it says morning coffee? It probably says morning coffee. Let me fix it. Yeah, it says morning coffee. Thank you. Oh, man, I'm not going to have enough spaces now. I'm going to have to do the whole... I'm going to have to take some of these things off. Hold on. Okay. What the fuck? Ah, 10 whole spots. Okay, we're just gonna delete this whole part right here, then boom. Thank you. Dog Soldier says DMX was my favorite rapper. We was dogs from a different litters. Boom. All dogs go to heaven. Boom. I wanted to post that today. Somebody said that shit today in here. I wanted to post all dogs go to heaven so bad, but I didn't know if that was gonna be classless or not. For me to post it. What up, Mark Hernandez? Thank you, Bree. Yeah, long live X. That's a fact. Look, this is all I'm trying to say, right? I think the people that was attacking the individuals, I'm not saying, just so we could be clear, I think there's a difference between the people that was saying let the family report it first, or they're waiting for the family to report it first. I think there's a difference between them and the individuals that was like, fuck them bloggers. I think there's a difference between those two. The people that was like, look, we gotta let the family report it first. That's the Christian way to go about it. I don't know no other way to say it. That's the way. That's the type of energy we supposed to have when we don't agree with somebody. You don't agree with somebody on something, that's the energy you're supposed to have. Them individuals that's yelling out, these people don't got no integrity, and this and this and that, and that and that and this. Could you name... When Michael Jackson died, just so we could be clear, did they say, let's have his kids come and tell his kids first, or did they break the news? When Prince died, did they say, are we going to alert the family first, or did they break the news? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, when everybody else passed away, did they alert the family first, or did they break the news? So my point is this, just so we can be clear. The people that are upset that it broke are just upset that it didn't break the way that they wanted it to break, so they could maximize it. You understand what I'm saying? If they want me to start helping them maximize shit, motherfuckers, I don't know what to tell. I don't even know if I'm going to be on that type of time. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm on Jack Frost time. You better get on Jack Frost time. Queen Shah says, I agree with you on the fact that his legacy shall not and will not be remembered that he only used, and that was it. I just hope that's not a narrative. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I forget that he even used drugs. I don't even look at DMX and see a person that is on drugs. But also, I grew up in the hood, and I grew up around a lot of people that actually did have drug problems. So I just look at the shit totally different. You understand what I'm saying? Agnes Hole says, drug overdoses are classified as homicide or accidental, not suicides. Thank you very much, Agnes Hole. I believe Agnes Hole actually works in a hospital also, by the way. So I'm fine with the individuals that's saying you should let the family break it first. Even though I don't agree with that, I'm fine. I can understand where you're coming from. But the individuals that's trying to talk about somebody's integrity, credibility, people that's trying to attack somebody, like saying, oh, this person can't be a journalist, they just a blogger. The people that's doing that, stop being bitter. Stop being bitter. You should look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I gotta be better than this. What kind of shit? We're gonna continue to break shit when we find out about it. How about that? If you don't want to find out about stuff first, you don't gotta come here. I hope you do come here though. I'm not trying to kick people out. But if you don't want to find out about shit first, you don't gotta pull up. You can find out about shit second and third, right? Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say? You could find out about shit second and third. You don't gotta find out shit first. You could go somewhere else. You could wait until what happened? You could find out shit second and third. You could wait till everybody else knows about it and then find out about it. I mean, you could literally just choose to do that. Literally. Also, I didn't take shit down. I didn't take nothing down. Ben Roman says everybody has an addiction, whether it's positive or negative. You can't knock somebody for their addiction. All you could do is appreciate their talent. Nobody could touch X in his day, in his prime. I'm going to say unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, when X was in his prime, it was just, it's a shame that he wasn't more people's favorite rapper. I don't know. No, that's the best way I could put it. There's a bar from, Rick Ross. When Rick Ross, is a bar from Rick Ross where he talks about how he's never been nobody's favorite rapper. And I thought about that. And I thought about how dope Rick Ross is. And then I thought about how when we talk about the best rappers of any generation, his name never comes up. I think it's a shame that there was so more people that consider DMX to be their favorite rapper. I know people that consider DMX to be their favorite rapper. Don't get it confused. But probably not as many as we should. I should. Yes, that Sule says, family, hope you guys are well. Positive vibes only. It's a fact. We killed that Woodstock. That was crazy. Anthony Emon says, wait, what did Maxine say? Let's get Maxine comment first. Wait, hold on. Wait, Maxine says, I really appreciated the way that X talked about his addiction and recovery. Yo, look, check this out. We got people out here that don't want you to go through what they went through. They talk about their life. They talk about their trials. They talk about their tribulations. And you got people out here that really don't care about you. And you know what they do? They don't talk about their lives. They don't talk about their trials. They don't talk about their tribulations. They don't speak in a manner that's going to allow for you to learn from their mistakes or learn from the mistakes of the people that lived in their life. They don't speak from that type of platform. They don't speak from that position. You understand what I'm saying? If that makes any sense? You got to commend somebody that's going to say, look, this is me in my rawest form. Ain't got shit to hide. A lot of people don't have enough. Shout out to DZ. I said DZ already, right? A lot of people don't have the courage to talk about their problems. You know how much courage it takes to put your problems in the front of the world? It takes a lot of courage. A lot of people don't got courage like that. People got courage to go jump niggas. People got courage to hit people when they not looking. A lot of people don't got courage to say, yo, this is me. A lot of people don't got that kind of courage. These are facts. So pay attention who you paying attention to. DMX hit #1 on iTunes with Rough Riders Anthem. Isn't that the song that I told y'all was the banger? I mean, all of his shits is bangers. Let's not get it confused. But when we was talking about favorite songs the other day, didn't I bring up Rough Riders Anthem? I'm just really on point, y'all. Whoa, who is Shorty? Why did I open up IG? I picked up my phone to do something totally else different. I can't remember what it was. I'm not taking that risk. I'm gonna have to test it out on a different channel before I take that risk again. I'm not taking that risk again. People think DMX was the only rapper to take drugs. First of all these rappers take drugs, so let's stop. Alright, so we're not doing that. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to talk about that. I'm not talking about that. Y'all can talk about that all you want, but I'm not talking about that. I don't care if it was a drug overdose or not. That's my point. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. You feel me? That's not something that I think that, like, if I die from a drug overdose, please don't spend the whole entire time talking about how I'm not gonna, because I don't take drugs. But if I die from a drug overdose, please don't spend the rest of trying to remember me talking about my drug overdose. You feel me? Please don't do that to me. Alright? All good fathers got a goofy side to them, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, y'all, you could talk about it. I'm not though. Alright? I'm gonna try to remember him for other things. I think we've talked about, we've mentioned it. With 40 minutes into the show, we've done mentioned it about 3 times already. I'm not gonna keep mentioning it. And he's just gonna. I want somebody to kick Swag the next time he brings up DMX and drugs. Just do it, because he's trying to keep talking about it, so I keep seeing it. And even though I keep asking him to stop talking about it, the next time Swag bring up DMX and drugs in any manner, just kick him, one of the admins, please. I'm not doing this. DZ said, listen, DMX said we all choose our path. Respect that, man. That's a fact. I'm not doing this. And that's why I think Swag is a troll. With that being said, yeah, bye. Thanks for hitting that dude with his bags. Could we get bags for that Swag dude? Could we get all of the bags? Could we get all of the bags? All of the bags for Swag. I think that enough days have passed by where I gave him enough opportunity and enough chances. Right? And there's more than one Swag in here, apparently. Hold on. Don't kick that last one. Let me scroll up real quick and see something. You hear that? Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop. They playing them outside right now. And we're going to kick this other Swag. Oh, they all kicked. X, man. There's 2 people that are noted for beating Jay-Z in a battle. X is one of them. So I don't want to hear nothing about nobody. I don't want to hear nobody talking shit about our brother. A lot of us ain't have childhoods. Anthony Emon. A lot of us didn't have childhoods. Don't be fooled. You know how many young women didn't have childhoods because they had to take care of all of their brothers and sisters because their parents wasn't able to be home for whatever the reason it was? Nope. Go get another account. What is this? Oh, okay. No. You know I can't play that. I'm gonna get it. Okay, you just put that in the chat so the rest of us can see it. 2-hour set. Shout out to D Nice doing the 2-hour set of DMX. Yeah, I'm kicking people talking crazy about DMX. But that was a troll, though. I know who that was. You understand what I'm saying? I know who that was. They came right back with another account called Ezekiel Wright. I know who that was. That's just one of them sick people. You understand what I'm saying? Those guys are sick. We about to have a guest come on any minute now. We about to let me get this shit ready. We about to have a guest come on any minute now. We gonna have a guest come on for about 20, 10, 15 minutes or so. DZ said, that's why I feel X. I come from the struggle, now my work ethic is off the charts. I'm gonna explain something, right? Wait, hold on. Ben Roman says, count the money, count the money, count the. Okay. Check this out. I'm gonna explain something real quick. Almost every job I've ever been at, I got a promotion. I had this one job that I had that they was trying to promote me for like, I don't know, 7-8 months, and I kept turning down the promotion. And then some weirdo shit happened, and I had to take the promotion because some people was trying to get me fired. But that's neither here nor there. That's a dope ass story, by the way. I'm not gonna get into it. That's some dope ass shit, though. I'm not gonna get down into it. But I always get promoted. At every job I go to, I get promoted. Every single job I go to, I get promoted. I always get promoted. Either I get promoted because I always get promoted. I don't know no other way to put it. I always get promoted. I don't like being put into a box. I don't know no other way to say it. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I can't. I'm not gonna go back and forth. But I don't like being put into a box. I don't like being put into a box. I'm just saying that to just randomly say that. I don't like being put into a box. Period. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna keep explaining myself. Um. With that being said, we're about to call somebody up, have them come talk and speak. We're about to have Freo call in. Shout out to Freo. It's a black. We're about to have him call up. We're gonna have a conversation with him about 15, 20 minutes about DMX. Ben Roman says, yeah, I'm really hoping nobody disses DMX in my face because I'm gonna hit him. I'm not down with the the dead culture, especially not a legend. First of all, God first, right? So I'm not ever trying to put out negative energy. I don't want to put out negative energy about a person that's alive. What a Monica Kendra Whitehead? Okay. I don't want to put out negative energy about people that's alive if possible. So I definitely don't want to put out negative energy about people that's passed away. You understand what I'm saying? Like that don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. It's just that's not the type of time I'm on. Um, we about to call our brother up in a minute. We about to call Freo. It's a loca. I mean, it's a black up. What's up, Freo? They go Freo right there in the comment section. Everybody say what's up to Freo. Go to his page right there. He got some dope ass music. Y'all should go follow him. He got some dope ass music on his page right there. Y'all should go to that page and just, I don't know, stream shit. I'm pretty sure you got some music you like. Um, I don't know how to say it, but it's definitely without a shadow of a doubt, like all the energy that is going on nowadays is just low energy. I don't know how to put it. Like things just keep happening to us and in our culture that's just like lowering our frequency. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta fight through this. Shout out to DZ with the Oakland drop, the nickel and dime 510 drop. Definitely appreciate you, my brothers. What did the five fingers say to the face? We are going to hit him up right now. We're gonna hit up Freo right now. See if Freo got how Freo feel about what the fuck? Oh, that person called me last night. What up, my brother? How you doing tonight?
Good. How you?
Regular. You already know what it is. Hey, so obviously, you know everybody's mourning the passing of DMX.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, the first thing I like for people to do when they pull up is let people know who we speaking to. So introduce yourself.
I go for the name Freo X is Black. Big Poppy Freo from the group home. That's the chef. Little bit of your cover, aka Clout Daddy. You heard?
Boom.
How y'all feeling?
Chilling, my brother. You already know what it is. So I got just some quick questions. What are some DMX moments that you remember that like really touched you, or you know helped maybe inspired you, or helped push you, or helped encourage you to keep going after your dreams?
Yo, on some G shit, bro. Like no cap. Like people probably gonna think I'm capping because like it just happened. You know, people be doing a lot of clouding. But on some G shit, like I always like rapped a little bit. Like I listened to like Big and Pop a little bit, whatever. But then when I first heard DMX on what's that joint? The Cool J joint 4321. That's the first time I ever heard it. I was like, oh shit, what the hell is this? It was like a breath of fresh air, like the energy, like you didn't hear nothing else that sounded like him. It's kind of like when 50 came, when Kanye West came. Like it was just totally different from everything else that was happening. You know what I'm saying? So, heard DMX. I had to be about, I don't know how old I was. I had to be like 14, 15 years old. Heard him on that joint. I'm like, God damn. It was just crazy. Like the energy, the bars, the passion. Like you felt it. Like even in the beginning, he was always compared to like the new coming of Tupac because remember Tupac had just died.
Yeah.
So like he was getting compared to Tupac a lot, like just because of the energy and the passion. And he had to be on some shit like, yo, listen, nah, nigga, I'm me. Like, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to that man, but I'm me. So that I heard that joint, that was my introduction to him. But then I ain't gonna hold you when I heard the Hey Dog, that I seen that video, heard the song, like I bought the fucking I bought the disc, the tape that it dropped. It had like 7 tracks. It had the Get At Me Dog, the official joint, the clean joint, then it had the freestyle with the locks on it, then it had like the instrumentals and all that. So I became a fan off rip. So when I heard Get At Me Dog, that's when I was like, this is what I'm about to be. I'm about to be a rapper. Like, so that, like, on some G shit, like, that song really made me be like, this is what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to be a rapper. Like, his whole energy, like, that whole era, like, everything you heard him on was just, like, crazy. Like, he just stole the song, stole the show. It was, it was crazy. Like, that was, and, you know, these like, I'm younger, so music hits different when you're younger. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
It's like older dudes like y'all listening to like Rakim or KRS-One or you get what I'm saying? Like it just hits different when you're younger because these are like the formidable years. Like so it's just crazy. So that's what it was for me. And like that first album is like that's my favorite joint, honestly. A lot of people feel like the second one is the best one, but I like the first one. And then the second one was cool for me. The third one is a classic also. So it's like 3 classics off the gate. He dropped first 2 albums in a year, multi-platinum. Like the first joint went like 5 times. I think the second one went like 3 times. Like nobody was doing that. Like X was rapping circles around the whole rap game. Like Hov was barely going platinum at this time. He had Volume 1 out, I think, and it went like platinum, but you know, he didn't really like that album. That album wasn't really received as well because it was like the shiny suit era type of thing. So, but yeah, Hov was killing him. Like nobody was big. I mean, Hov, X was killing him. Nobody was bigger than X during like 98, 99. Nobody. Besides like DMX, the biggest people was like Cash Money, like Juvenile Cash Money. But people don't really remember that time like that. Because, you know, everybody's like, oh, Hov is that dude, this, that, and there. But when you go back in the time capsule and you really sit back and think about what it was really DMX and Cash Money was like killing it.
Nah, there's nothing wrong there. I think you actually, that's pretty accurate, the statement. People, because that's a fact. DMX had the spot for a minute. And I think that this is just my opinion. We lost in the matter of a couple of years. We lost Tupac, Biggie, and Pun.
Right.
And I think that's the reason why a lot of people, like, there's about a couple of years that people just kind of like forget existed because people were so busy, how do you say, mourning. Like Tupac, Biggie, and Pun, easily three of the best rappers that we lost. Probably 3 of the best rappers ever. And Big L. But Big L wasn't as commercial as those two. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only reason. Like, we fuck with Big L. I know. I play basketball with the brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some real shit. We fuck with Big L. Big L from Harlem or whatever. Where one of the places I used to hoop at. Harlem people came over to our spot a lot. So, just so you keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? So.
Got it.
Yeah, so the point in which I'm trying to make is that no, you 100% right, because when X came out and when X started doing his thing, like there were other hot rappers out. Don't get this confused, but like X took he was the brightest thing shining. And it's like people forget that era existed.
Exactly, like he was killing the game. He killed the game. Like, think about it, like, even back then, too, like, mind you, they are from New York, but, like, it only was a few New York dudes really shining outside there. Like, people was big in New York, but when you went down south, when you went Cali, when you went Midwest, everybody loved DMX. Yeah. Everybody, like, they knew about, you know, Taylor Kiss here and there, little holes here and there, but it was DMX. Like, he transcended the 5 boroughs, the tri-state area. Like, he transcended, like, all of that. Like, he was a worldwide phenomenon. DMX, definitely national.
DMX might be maybe the 2nd or 3rd most loved hip-hop star of all time. I mean, we got to say Tupac is number 1, right?
Right.
He might be the 2nd or 3rd most loved rapper of all time. And the only reason why I'm saying 2nd or 3rd is because I might be forgetting somebody. But I would say 2nd most loved.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like, no one his genius, like, not his genius, but like, so special about him. It's like, all right, boom, it's like with Pac. Pac wasn't the best lyricist in the sense of rappers. Like, I feel like Biggie was the better rapper, but Pac had something that, like, the other great lyricists didn't have. Like, you felt him. Like, you felt the passion. Like, whenever he rapped about something, you felt that shit. Like, it was like, the shit he was saying was relevant. Like, his shit is, like, more compared to, like, Marvin Gaye. Because it's like, you can put what's going on right now and still relevant to everything that's still happening today. And these songs are, like, 30, 40 years ago. So that's like Pac's as far as like the passion that you felt what he was saying, and he influenced the number one most influential rapper. Like, they got college classes on him, and DMX is like right there under him because they both had that same trait, that both the same characteristics, that passion was out them. Like Hov is more of like a cerebral rapper. Like Biggie is a cerebral rapper. Like they went from the brain. Pac and DMX, they went from the heart. Like you have no choice but to feel them, so they don't have to be as lyrical because you're gonna feel it. You get what I'm saying? Like the vibration is gonna come through. So it's like, and then despite that, all his shortcomings. Like everybody knew the type of life he lived. You know what I'm saying? The pretty nigga. Like he said, let my mans in them stay pretty, don't stay shitty. Nigga said, I got a lot of dreams, but I'm not really chasing mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, he was a crackhead, he was a grimy nigga, he robbed niggas, he was robbing niggas with a pit bull. He still had a heart of gold because of, like, you know, a lot of the things through his childhood, but it was just like, despite his shortcomings, like, the world still loves him. And
there's a difference.
That's so rare. That's so rare.
There's a difference between somebody doing something effed up because they feel like they don't have no choice, because they feel like they're backed in a corner, because they feel like there's not other options, and someone doing something because that's their character. There's a difference. That's one. Two, you just mentioned something about that you felt Pac, and felt X. And one of the things that I was saying earlier in the show, if anybody was in here in Morning Coffee, I basically said you didn't listen to Pac, you felt Pac. Like you didn't listen to Pac. Pac was not Pac, X, pardon me. Both of them actually, but you didn't listen to X, you felt X. Like X was an experience, whereas I think that's the problem that Nas has. Everybody knows Nas is my second favorite rapper, but I think that's the problem that I think Nas has. You don't feel Nas, you hear Nas, and I think that there's just certain rappers that you don't feel them, you hear them, and then there's other rappers like a DMX, like a Pac, that you don't hear them, you feel them, and I think it's just a different vibe, and I think it's just a different energy. Not everybody knows how to project their energy. You understand what I'm saying? If that makes any sense?
Oh, it makes perfect sense. You saying the same thing like a synonym.
So I think just like off of the strength of that, I think that when we look at a DMX, Pac, DMX is straight poetry. I keep saying Pac. DMX is straight poetry. Period. Like DMX you could say DMX bars speaking, and it still sounds like art. I don't know no other way to explain that.
Exactly. DMX is like the ghetto gospel. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, poetry, ghetto gospel. Same shit. Like you just, I don't know, he just had this thing where he just, like, his voice just radiated. You know what I'm saying? Just penetrated anything and everybody. Like, kids, older people. It just transcended everything. Age, race, class, everything. Like, he's one of them dudes that, like, he could go on tour with a rock band and still have the same effect as that rock band. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I don't know, it's weird for me to explain it, but like his impact and the way he touched the people was just that. You know, you just put him on stage and you see him rocking Woodstock. Woodstock is up here by where I'm at. It's 20 minutes from where I'm at. Like, I remember that. I was a kid, but it's because it was like the early 90s. It was like 98. No, late 90s, like 98. I remember that, like, just seeing that footage all over again. Yesterday, when people would, like, start sharing a lot of, like, old memories of him, it's, like, crazy. You see how many people were back there?
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
That was 40,000.
And the dude had asthma, bro. DMX got asthma. He would just leave it all out there on the stage. Like, you would never know he had asthma. The way he performed, you would never know.
DMX was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime talent. Like I was trying to explain to some people the other day, we are fortunate, right? We are fortunate to have live in this time and in this era. Like I keep trying to tell people, like I get it. The people that were born after the 90s and didn't experience the 90s, you're gonna believe that your generation is the best generation, and I'm fine with that. Everybody is gonna believe that the generation where they was at their prime is the best generation. That's just natural. People that was their prime was in the 70s, they think it was the 70s. I don't think nobody thinks the 80s was the best generation. But shout out to the 80s. The 80s was terrible. I don't know what to tell you. Fuck Reagan. But with that being said, not fuck Reagan. That was a joke. I don't really want to talk bad about the dead. But even though it's Ronald Reagan, that was a joke. But the 90s. Not for nothing, the 90s shined, and the 90s shined in a way that it's hard to explain if you weren't there. It's just, I think that, and one of the reasons why the 90s shined, I believe, is because people had more access to, I think we were at a specific area in the 90s where access and talent was closer to each other. See, now people have too much access, and there's people who have less talent that has access to the internet. So you have people who, they're not really that talented, but they have access to the internet. They flood the internet, and they sometimes drown out people who are more talented. I think that in the 90s,
down.
Yeah, that's what's happening. For real. My dude, just on some other shit, not trying to change topic, but just on some other shit. You know how often I see people just go on air and just try to just copy what somebody else is doing? They don't have no character of their own. They have no personality of their own. They just go on the air and they take what somebody else is saying. They try to take other people's catchphrases. They try to take everything from other people. So, but they have no talent of their own. Then they flood the market. And so people don't even know who came up with the thing. So the point in which I'm trying to make is, in the 90s, we was at a specific point in history where there was a lot of talent out there. The market wasn't oversaturated with hip-hop at this point, and people had access. People that had skill had access. So the 90s was just a great time to be alive. It's just so hard for me to explain this. I don't think I'm doing a great job right now. I need to do a better job at explaining this at some future point. But the 90s was just a great time to be alive. It's just so hard for me to explain. And I think that's another reason why people remember Bill Clinton so fondly. The 90s was just a good time, period.
And bro, it's like it's weird now, because it's like looking at all the celebrities, like the big musicians that dying or whatever, like these are our like Teddy Pendergrasses and Marvin Gaye's and things like that, Selena's, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that were like super great, and then they just got cut down at a young age type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you really had to be there, because it's like you're never gonna like, if you listen to a Marvin Gaye record, like right now, you can, it's obviously how talented and how great that man was. Like I watched a video with him laying on the couch singing. You know how hard it is to lay down and sing? So
yeah, because you can't even expand your diaphragm. Keep going.
Exactly. So that tells you how great he was. Like only people like Whitney Houston and Marvin Gaye and Fantasia and people that can really sing can do that. So that's a skill. Like that's a greatness from God. So it's like you can watch and listen to Marvin Gaye right now and be like, damn, this dude was phenomenal. But to actually live through that time and see it live in living color and really be present at that time when he was alive and doing it, it's a totally different thing. You get what I'm saying?
No,
so
definitely.
Like you said, it's like it was dead ass like a great time to be alive for us to actually experience. Because we get from our kids, and they would never fully grasp and fathom and comprehend what we're trying to explain to them. Like, yo, you just had to be there. Like, this was phenomenal. And that's exactly like what it is.
That's a fact. Real quick, top 5 rappers, leave DMX out, because right now we're in a point in his he just passed. So DMX is in everybody's top 5 right now. So we're not doing that. Top 5, leave DMX out.
Wait, top 5 DMX
rapper.
Top 5
no,
rapper.
Hold on. Top 5 rapper, leave DMX out, because right now DMX just passed, so everybody's gonna put DMX in the top 5. Top 5 rapper, leave DMX out.
All right, so hold on. So let me ask you a little bit criteria. You asking me my favorite top 5 rappers, or you asking me just in history my opinion?
You know what?
Who's
Let's
the
go
best
with
top 5 rappers in
favorite.
history?
Let's go with favorite. You know what? That's a good question. Let's go with favorite.
All right, bet. Cause bro, it's a million rappers, bro. It's kind of, and music is subjective, so it's like you gotta really be specific because it's crazy. So let me see. So you asked me my favorite.
Your favorite.
All right, my favorite top 5 rappers. I gotta go Biggie because I feel like at the time when Biggie was alive, Biggie was just rapping circles around niggas. Like niggas couldn't compete. Like
I'm gonna
literally,
agree.
like I feel like if you listen to like every song, to my opinion, every song that I heard Biggie and Jay-Z on together, I feel like Biggie out-rapped him. I feel like Biggie went circles around him.
I agree.
And the only song I feel like Jay got him on was probably Brooklyn Finest. And that's because that was on Jay's album. So it's like you can't really let a dude kill you on your album, but everything else I loved it. So just every other record they was on together, I feel like Biggie was just ahead of the time. Like even the flows like B.I.G., P.O., P.P.A., No Info. You know what I'm saying? That's for that. Like he was doing stuff that people wasn't even doing to after. Like years after. Like he was just so far ahead. Okay. And it's like a Nas line when he said name a rapper that I didn't influence. Like Nas influenced all the rappers, but Biggie influenced all the rappers also. So I gotta go Biggie, number 1. Let me see. I got Kanye West. I love Kanye West because I feel like Kanye West has that same thing that we talk about with Pac and DMX. He has that passion. He raps from the heart. He don't rap from the mind.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Even when like his first 3 albums, he didn't write the raps. Like he went in the booth and he did what the rappers do today. Like he get in there, spit a couple lines, all right, come out, listen to some shit, and he's just spitting from the heart. He's not even thinking about what he's writing. What he's saying, because I recorded like that too. Like I started recording like that a couple years ago, and you're more in tune with the beat. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference of being in tune and then one with the beat and the music than being on top of the beat. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's a fact. That's why your engineer is so important. Keep going.
Exactly. So Kanye West, even though he doesn't write everything, but at the end of the day, the songs wouldn't be what the song is without Kanye West's touch, because he knows where he wants it to go, what he wants to say, this, that, and the third, and he knows how to put it all together. It's kind of like a Puff Daddy or a Dr. Dre. Yeah, they might not be producing everything, but without their hands on that record is not going to come out the way that we love it today, the way it came out, without their hands physically being on that record. So I gotta say Kanye West. Let me see, Biggie, Kanye West, Hov, of course. I feel like Hov is the greatest rapper. I feel like he's the greatest rapper because he didn't get whacked with time. While the rappers they started decreasing in time, like a lot of them.
No, I get it. You're saying longevity. You're saying that he was consistent. You're saying that his consistency over the course of his career is. No. I'm gonna, just so we can be clear, I'm gonna 100% agree with you that Jay-Z might be the most consistent rapper to ever live. Keep going.
Right. Finish like he's still dropping. He just dropped the verse last month. Fire. Like he didn't get whacked. Like some of our favorite rappers, they've gotten a little rusty. You know what I'm saying? They just they're past their prime. Like I'm a super big Lil Wayne fan, but he kind of lost it now.
Okay.
Like everything he still shine a little bit, but
okay. I'm gonna say this much. I don't think rappers are getting rusty. What I think is happening is not all rappers know how to change with the time. Is that could you understand what I'm saying? Like at different times, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong, because I can understand. Okay, so I'm just as good as a rapper as I've ever been, but people don't rap like I rap no more. So that means that I have to be able to adjust to be able to change with the time. I think Hov is probably the biggest chameleon ever in the history of hip hop, because he has the ability to consistently adjust. He stay up on top of the game. One of the things that Hov do that most of y'all might not know is Hov makes sure he keep young niggas in the studio with him. There's a reason why you have rappers, and I'm not trying to blow nobody's spots up, but there's a reason why you have rappers that don't have albums, but other rappers who do make albums and who do good keep them around, because we need for you to stay in the studio with us so you can push us. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm 100% agreeing with what you're saying. I'm just giving it context in the way in which I could best understand, that I could best digest it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, I feel you. But I agree with that, but I also agree there's also a difference between adapting to this time and just not putting out quality content like you used to. Like, there's a couple of rappers that do sound outdated. Like, all right, bro. Like, you a little outdated. You from the 90s. You haven't adjusted to the times. Cool. That don't automatically make you whack. That just means you're outdated. But there's some dudes who are
that's just not as good no more. Okay.
That it's just not it, champ.
Okay, copy.
Like,
all right,
it's not it.
I do think that happens also. Let's not be confused. But also remember, there are a lot of people who had ghostwriters that aren't their ghostwriters anymore, so therefore they can't put out the same quality content. Copy. Make sense?
That too, and your situation is changed. Like, when you're hungry, you first start rapping, like, you there. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, and I don't want no disrespect, because, like I said, he's my favorite rappers. He's one of these wild rappers today. But DMX, I feel like his first 3 albums was there, and then every album and single whatever that was coming out after that, this was like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? But it's just different. Like, when you hungry, and he probably was rapping for his life at that point. You know what I'm saying? So even though he was stout, he still had bars. Like, if you break down the bars, he was saying some shit.
I think DMX is the only rapper to have his first 5 albums debut at number 1.
Yeah. He's definitely the first rapper to have 2 multi-platinum albums in 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, niggas ain't do that.
Nah, that's retarded.
Multi-platinum.
Especially not back in that day. Nowadays, it should be a lot easier with the streaming and everything. But back then, when you had to literally go buy the fucking shit. you had to go wait on the line, homie. I don't know what else to tell you. You had to go wait on the line, and because they might sell out, so you had to go wait on a line.
And bro, it was like, think about it. Think how harder it was for rappers back then too.
Yeah.
Like, think about it now. Nowadays, because the attention span is so short, that most rap songs are only 2 verses. If you ever noticed that, and they're like 3 minutes. They're like two and change to 3 long. The songs are a lot shorter. Back then, niggas had like 3 verses, 3 16-bar verses, 20 tracks. You know, back then it was like 16 to 20 tracks on every album.
That's a fact. All right, so you got you just named 3. How many people you named? You said Big.
3.
You said Big Hove.
Big Hove, Kanye.
Copy. Who's next?
Right. Damn. See, Kiss. I've never heard of whack. I feel like Kiss is the only rapper I've never heard a whack verse from.
Who? Kiss?
Jadakiss. I feel like I've never heard a whack verse
You
from
haven't.
Jadakiss.
I'm telling you right now, you've never heard a whack verse from Jadakiss. What the fuck?
Huh?
You've never heard a whack verse from Jadakiss. I agree. I agree. You have never.
You know what I'm saying? Like Big, like Hove and Big is great. You know what I'm saying? But like, I kind of feel like I've heard verses from, especially like I've heard a verse from Hove where I was like, it's cool, but it don't take away from his greatness. But
Copy.
I feel like I've never heard a whack verse from Kiss.
You haven't, ever.
In the 20, 25 years that I've been listening to him rap, I've never heard one.
I'm gonna agree with you. And while we on the topic of the locks, I want everybody that has never heard the song "Feel It in the Air" by Styles P to go listen to that song. That's one of the songs. "Feel It in the Air," Styles P. I'm gonna show y'all the jump off. I can't play it obviously, but "Feel It in the Air" by Styles P. That's one of the songs that made me look at rap a little bit different. Like, when I saw a rapper as dope as Styles P be able to do what he did on that particular track, I want everybody to go check that track out after the show, or you can check it out right now and come right back. You know what song
crazy.
I'm talking about, right? Wait,
yeah,
Feeling in the Air is Beanie Siegel? Yeah, that is Beanie
but
Siegel.
he did a freestyle on it, I think.
Feel It in the Air from the Locks. All right, hold on. I'm thinking of what's Styles P's first album. I think I just got the name wrong. What's Styles P's first album?
His first album is Gangsta and Gentleman. Remember he had
I get high. That's the song I'm thinking about. But Feeling in the Air is dope too. I'm thinking about the song. I get high. I get high. You know what the fuck? Go check that out. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that's the song I'm thinking about. Yeah, I kind of put Styles P and Beanie Siegel. I kind of confuse those two because I think they're both two of the most gifted rappers that get underappreciated. Styles P and Beanie
they're
Siegel.
both really like similar. Like they're both that hard, concrete, lyrical beast.
And they're underappreciated. I think both of those guys are underappreciated. So I get them fucked up and confused and mixed up. And they were both really banging at the same time. I think when Styles P was doing his singles, I think that's around the same time that Beanie Siegel stepped onto the scene too, right? A similar time, right?
Nah. They were still the Locks when Beanie Siegel came out. Remember Beanie Siegel came out in what, 99? Because
No, they've always been the Locks. They've always been the Locks. I'm saying, when did Styles P first album drop?
His first album ain't dropped to like 01, 02.
Really? So 99, 02. That's a 2 years difference. That's good. That's basically what I'm saying.
What? Beanie Siegel dropped in what, 99, 2000.
Okay, so Styles P first album was in 02.
No.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
A Gangsta and a Gentleman.
Styles P first album was 02.
Gangsta and a Gentleman.
I was thinking about 02.
Yeah.
Remember, Kiss dropped first.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking at Google, so I didn't notice off the top of the head. Just so we be clear. I'm looking at Google. I'm checking this shit as we talk. So I'm not better than you, homie.
From memory.
Yeah, no, I didn't know from memory. That's what I'm busy trying to tell you.
Yeah,
so I'm not talking shit.
Like the back of my hand, bro. I'm calling it by memory.
Yeah, so I'm not talking shit. I'm just letting you know. But I think that before we go on to your next artist, I think that Styles P and Beanie Siegel are two of the most underappreciated rappers. Period. I think that we really need to appreciate those guys better. If you haven't checked out the album A Gangsta and a Gentleman because you're just too young to know about it, go check out that album. That I get high and Feel It in the Air and listen to them shits back to back, and you'll understand. Like, you know what, these motherfuckers is beasts. You know, if we ever had if they were still, and I'm pretty sure both of them could still rap their ass off. But if we had what up, Benga? Everybody say what's up to my brother here in the chat. If we was able to get a Styles P, we couldn't have a Styles P Beanie Siegel jump off because Styles P and Jadakiss had one of the most. Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss had one of the most legendary hip hop battles of all time. For everybody that don't know, and it wasn't just legendary in my mind because both rappers dropped dope ass bars. It was legendary because neither one of them tried to kill each other. That's they just rapped and then that was it. So
who they try to kill each other?
Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss. They didn't try to kill each other, did they?
Bro, listen. They just never ran into each other. If they didn't ran into each other,
yeah, but
would have been so catastrophic. These are hard street niggas.
No. I'm not saying that something wouldn't have happened if they would have ran into each other. I'm just saying that right now, if you go to Philly, they respect Jadakiss. Philly fuck with Jadakiss.
Oh, yeah.
And New York fuck with Beans. So it was one of those raps that didn't make niggas trying to kill each other. Where at the end of the day, people grew more respect for one another. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, but you know what it is? Like, Beans was really like...
Them are street niggas for real.
Beans was really on the top, right? And it's like... And we all knew how grimy and fire Beans was, but when... Remember, it was him and Kiss. You know, Kiss wanted to do Kiss, but when Beans jumped in that battle, that shit changed. Like, Beans... when Styles jumped in that battle, that shit changed. That shit got so disrespectful. It was just like, oh shit, Styles is really that dude. Like, he's saying the most crazy, outlandish, and I want to see you niggas. Like, you just knew, you felt that shit. Like,
also,
like, Styles really put that shit down.
Nah, Styles is a beast. First of all, shout out to the Locks just in general. The Locks is just beasts just in general. I just think that Styles P and Beanie Siegel is just so underappreciated. Fucking Meek Mills had somebody punch Beanie Siegel in the face, man. Come on, we're not doing that. These guys are just so underappreciated, just in general. And I think that we need to show more appreciation to some of these rappers that had the misfortune of being great during a time where there was so many other great rappers also. With that being said, what number we up to, my brother?
I think we on 4. But check it. So let me give you a little something quick. Before I caught my 4 year bid, I told you I get 4 years in prison for shooting somebody and shit. Before I caught my bid, like that whole like 2-3 months prior to that, I was just wilding. Like prison probably actually saved my life, honestly, because I was in the streets buzzing. So all I was listening to was Styles P. That's it. Now imagine that. Now imagine you young, you highly impressionable. You know, when kids are younger, they're impressionable, and the thing that they're listening to is like, what's the word? It's influencing them. Bro, that's all I was listening to was Styles P, bro. Beaming, running around crazy.
Yeah. Them some cool brothers too. Them is some cool brothers too. I've hung out with them before. They some cool brothers.
Oh yeah, definitely. You can tell.
I got an open invite to go hang out with those guys on when the summer, we see what happened in the summer, we might pull up on them and chill out with them a little. I got an open invite to go hang out with those guys up there in YO. Shout out to YO, that's a fact. So who's your 4?
All right, let me see. Yes, I said Biggie, Cole, Kanye. I might have to say Kiss because, like I said,
you did say Kiss. Boom, keep going.
Yeah, well, I said it, but I didn't really confirm it. So it's like I never heard a wet verse from him.
Never.
And he's one of them dudes that was consistent. He was consistent in his style. See, like, this is the difference. Hov was consistent with his body of work, his quality of the work he put out. So Hov was still able to adjust to the times. This, that, and third. LL Cool J was consistent. He was still able to adjust to the times, depending on what era he was in. He knew how to do that and was consistent with that. Kiss was been consistent in his own style, which I feel like is a totally different thing and is so highly commendable because you never really heard Kiss like do like the down south shit. You never heard him do the auto-tune shit. You never heard him like he stayed Kiss consistently and was consistently fired. It's like when you feature Kiss on a record, no matter who it is, you're featuring him for Kiss. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That hard New York rugged element, no matter what it is, like yo, this style we need Kiss on this drum. You get what I'm saying? It's like when Kanye put him on the Don't Like you know what you're going for. Like when Lil Wayne and Drake put him on that one joint. On the Carter 4, you know what you're going for when you come get Kiss. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like he's been consistently with being Kiss. Just like Styles P has been consistent in being Styles P, Sheek Louch has been consistent in being Sheek Louch, same shit like that. So I gotta say Kiss as number 4. All right, so number 5. What can I say number 5?
Before we go any further, while we're still talking about Kiss, I want to point something out about Kiss. Kiss got to be the only person that shut 50 Cent up. Let's keep it a stat. We love 50. 50 is great. But if you haven't heard the track Animal by Jadakiss, go check it out.
No, Animal definitely was good, but the best ones they did on him was Problem Child and Miss Jackson. Once they dropped Problem Child and Miss Jackson, it was like, yo, 50, you my nigga? Like, God damn. Like, these are the goats right here. You know what I'm saying? That's like the young boy on the block. He that nigga. He, you know, his gun go off. He official. He's highly respected. But then that OG come through, that he ain't really, like, he always heard about him as he grew up as a kid, but, you know, like, you get a little older, you start smelling yourself, and you start feeling like you that dude, and that OG just come through and just beat your ass right quick.
That's a fact.
That's what that was.
DSTN says, Jadakiss, top of the food chain. It's just the way that I do things. The dungaree seats in the Blue Range. Yes, go! Yo, let's go! I didn't even know I was reading a bar. I'm not even lying to you. I just saw the thing and I said it. I didn't even know that was bars. That's bars.
Kiss got so many quotables, bro.
Yeah.
Like quotables. Like it's just we can talk forever about Kiss, but see, 50 was one of my niggas too, because like in my town where I grew up at, I literally was the first nigga listening to 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been following him since Power of a Dollar. When he dropped Guess Who's Back, I was like, yo, I don't care what nobody said. This is that nigga. Ain't no, give him a year, give him 2 years. He's gonna be that nigga. So I've been following him since like I said, Power of a Dollar, Guess Who's Back, and then he dropped the 50 Cent The Future. That's when he started doing like the mixtapes with the G mixtapes. That's when everybody else started really like getting up on him. But I've been following him before that. I've been following him since 2000, 2001. So, yeah, man, when 50 came and just like, 50 is another one too, like he wasn't never really like the super most lyrical dude, but he was always saying some shit. You felt the energy. And young 50, like when he first came out, even before Get Rich or Die Trying, the nigga was saying some shit. The Proudly Child record, the one that Jadakiss and Styles P jumped on the disco, 50 Cent's version of it, crazy. Bad news, like every mixtape joint, every whatever. This nigga 50 was violent in everything. But
I think the thing that made 50 Cent stand apart was when 50 Cent said something, you believed him. It's not like when 50 Cent said something, you believed him. Like, is that accurate?
That authentic factor. It's like DMX, Pac.
Yeah.
Like, you believed them. Like, you knew. Like, this nigga, like, it's like you can tell. With rappers, you can just tell the authenticity of a rapper depending on the type of shit they say. It's like say, like, any rapper could be like, yeah, I'm whipping over the stove and I'm selling the work. But when you say shit like, let me see, 9 O's in the pie and bitches the cooking quarter, 13 an ounce, my nigga not place your order. Everything I do with intentions to raise my daughter because I grew up so poor, hot dogs and sugar water. Elvira reflection with the lines I fly. Radius on the circle, we got pies, my guy. Your bars black substance, all I know is abundance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of my verses. But like, when you say
that was... You should have said it. You was going in. What the fuck? Yo, hold on. I'm going to throw a beat on. Hold on. I'm going to throw a beat. If I throw a beat on, will you flow?
All right, I'm going to flow.
All right. And then after that, we're going to get to your last dude, all right? So I'm going to throw on the BBN beat, and we want to see what you got for us. Copy?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. I hate that it does this. Okay, boom. You can hear that?
Yeah. Niggas playing games, boy. I ain't with the chatter. Extended. Oh, you.
Hold on. We can wait. We can wait. We can talk through this whole part right here. It's about to drop. It's about to drop in a minute. It's about to drop right now. Let's go.
Niggas aim. Yeah. Freo. Yeah. Let me. Niggas playing games, boy. I ain't with the chatter. Extendo on the stick, nigga. Call it shoots and ladders. Killer with the swagger. Betty Cracker with the batter. Hollow tip fit from the grip with the bladder. While you was playing basketball, I was on the stove. My whip like the produce section, onions on the road. Call me hot stepper, high jumper with the pole. He was calling niggas rap, but he the one who told. Not that work, catch a jump put it all together, Pangea. Ready for war like North Korea. Nigga, I can Centuria on some brand new Gucci shoes. But I plan it, Lucy Lou. Eat that pussy, juicy fruit. You niggas pussy, Gucci cool. I just fucked your bitch in Givenchy flip-flops. Rocket Double G, all my niggas grip block. Pushing work out of town, hanging down and switch spots. Didn't think I graduated, all I did was pitch rock. He ain't frontin' on me like I ain't that dude or something. She asked me what's my snap, oh she wants the news or something. Shorty swinging my way, you know I'm bruising something. These rappers hating on me like I can't lose or something. Talk your chick how to... She wasn't doing like that before. That nigga you think is lit, man, I send his ass some stuff. Give me some sandwich, bags, a razor, and 3 jars left in miles. I don't give a fuck if I got a bird. Give me a scale, I'll break it down. Shout out to my Fendi bitches, strictly drinking Henny bitches. Man, it's clear 160, I don't fuck with any bitches. Now, me go Fred, he gon' mail that order. It's that fish scale, Jesus, make it walk on water. Is you rolling? Bitch, I might be. Get these dusty ass niggas off my white tee. I blow a check, nigga. Nike. And she likes it. Nike. All my shooters with me, give them the word and they gon' duck. Grab her by the pussy, I'm just moving like I'm Trump. Find a quiet town, bring that work, I make it jump. All that mother skunks get buried in the trunk. Wild wine, keep you like a wonton. My Uzi weigh 1 ton. Real Jamaican done. You niggas my son. You niggas need bun. Carbon with the drum. Bum city bum. I ain't with the small talk, you know that much. Big Freo, aka, just to show that money. I just spend it like I grow that money. I got G's in my face, boy, that sold that money. Freo.
Okay. First thing I want to say is that beat is tricky because the shit is kind of slow, but your bars was crazy. Yo, let's go.
Good looking.
The beat is kind of slow, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen a person get on that and not have be like, what the fuck is this nigga just turn on?
Yeah.
But the bars is sick, and that's what we about.
Beats like that insinuate your skill and your rap talent because a lot of niggas can't rap. Like it's like what Kid said, y'all use beats for help. We help the beat. So it's like if a nigga can rap on some mediocre ass beat, then you know he can rap.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, so that beat is just slow. I don't like, not for nothing. I like, okay, so that's our BBN beat. Shout out to Mike Jones. I'm a big fan of that. As you can see, that's the beat that we keep. Mike Jones sends me tons of motherfucking beats.
Oh yeah, I like that beat. I like the beat. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but it's slow, but I like it because we trying to hear bars over here, and I think that you went off with the bars, so that's what it is. So
hold on, let me cut you off. If you like them bars, you don't know freestyle bars, holla at me. I'm on YouTube, Freo space Isa space Black. I'm on all streaming networks. I'm on my verified Instagram. It's Freo Isa Black 44. That's FRIO.
Nah. I'm gonna show everybody right now. I'm gonna put your jump off up right now. What you talking about?
All right, bet.
We ain't playing those games.
So
this is Freo. Let's go. We ain't playing.
My music is on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Tidal, Facebook, Instagram. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I need to show me some love. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Instagram. We're gonna have exclusive content for Instagram. We're gonna have exclusive content for YouTube. So y'all gotta be locked in and checked in on all places because you're gonna get a little something different everywhere. You get what I'm
saying? Yeah, my dude. I played your music the other day. People fuck with you. We already know. Let's go. All right. So who's your number 5?
All right. Who's my number 5? Let me see. I had somebody too. I can't. Damn. All right. Let me see. We got Hov, Kanye.
Hov, Biggie, Kanye, Jada. Keep going.
Oh yeah, Jada. All right. So it's my personal. All right, because my personal is different from like an overall objective of who it is. You know, you always gotta leave out people. 5, I hate top 5. Kiss fucked up when he did that shit, man. Because there's too many worthy rappers to squeeze them into 5 spots. But let me see. I don't know, bro. I like Drake, bro. I love Drake.
Okay.
But I like him more as an artist because I just feel like he's versatile, and I'm a versatile artist at the same time. Like, I'm gonna hit you with the bars, but then I can make club songs. I can make songs for ladies. I can make introspective songs. I can make real 90s boom bap songs. I can make trap songs. I can make twerk music songs. I can do it all. So I identify with him because he kind of do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I like the genius in the artistry of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it take a lot. Your hardest rappers that got that barred up can't make a good song. You know what I'm saying? Can't make other types of songs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
versatility, that's important. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Drake,
like well-roundedness.
Drake is probably the most versatile rapper that we've ever had. That's not even arguable. Yeah, he's probably the most versatile rapper that we've ever had. Drake is okay. So remember we had this dude. We forget about because 50 Cent ended his career. But remember we had that dude called Ja Rule. He was a very versatile rapper. Drake is like Ja Rule on steroids. Drake is like Ja Rule on steroids. That is on steroids. That's what Drake is like. Drake is like and this is no disrespect to Drake at all. But Ja Rule's career would have been retarded if not for 50 Cent, who ended his career and then started doing the thing he was making fun of him about. 50 is a funny nigga, yo. Shout out to 50 Cent. Shout out to Ja Rule. But Drake, without a shadow of...
Okay.
Nah, finish what you gonna say. I was just gonna say Drake, without a shadow of a doubt, is the most versatile rapper I've ever heard. So boom. Wow. If you put him in your top 5, there's no reason to apologize. If you would have put him 1, I can't blame you. Keep going.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I just like the whole top 5. I just feel like there's way too many worthy rappers, man. There's not many rappers there are, bro. There's gotta be at least a top 20 for like that top echelon song. It's gotta be like at least a top 10, top 25. Because you're gonna do somebody a disservice. Like, all right, well, let's say if we speaking from an objective point of view, right? Where it's not even my favorite or your favorite, it's just objectively best rappers. You gotta throw in, it depends on what you like, because music is subjective, so it depends on the type of rap you like and this, that, and third. But think about it, you got Black Thought. Most rappers not even fucking with him. Most rappers won't even rap with him. He's gonna rap.
You talking about Mos Def and Qualib? You talking about Qualib Talib?
Huh?
Wait, you talking about the group Black Star?
No, I'm talking about Black Thought. I'm not talking about Black Star. Black Thought from the
Black Thought. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you also. Black Thought's a beast. Keep going.
Bro, niggas can't even rap with him, bro. You ain't seen the interview with the dude, the drummer from the Roots, Questlove. He was like, yo, Hov was running Def Jam, so he was like, yo, let's try to get Tariq, which is like that's real gay. Let's try to get him some features or whatever. He was like, nigga, nobody want to rap with this nigga. Because once Nas came that Jay, he was like, Eminem murdered you on your own shit. Like, Hov could withstand that because he was so big. But the average rapper can't afford that at that time. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So it's like,
I don't think
you want to get outshined.
I'm going to agree with you. I don't think anybody else could have withstood. I don't think if anybody else would have had Ether come at them, if their career would have been over. I agree with you. Keep going.
Right. So you got Black Thought, bro. You got Ice Cube. You got, you got fucking...
I think Ice Cube is the best. I think Ice Cube is the best West Coast rapper ever. Keep going.
But you can't even put him in the West Coast rapper category. He's one of the best rappers, period. That's my point.
No, wait. Just so we could be clear, I'm not saying he's not one of the best rappers. I'm saying I don't think that there's a rapper that ever came out of the West Coast better than Ice Cube. Period.
Right. I get what you're saying. Yeah, facts. So okay, we got Ice Cube, we got Black Thought, we got T.I. is a phenomenal MC. You got Andre 3000. He's otherworldly.
I think Andre 3000 is better than most of these rappers out here. That's a fact. I think
Bro, effortlessly though.
he's
Effortlessly.
underappreciated. The only reason why I'm not saying he's one of the most underappreciated rappers, because if you go down to the South, they'll tell you Andre 3000 is the best rapper ever. I mean, like there's places where they're like, nah, Andre 3000 is the best rapper ever. You go to like Atlanta and places like that, they're gonna just put you on the game. Andre 3000 is the best rapper ever. So that's why I don't say that he's the most one of the most underappreciated. Tory Lanez is also another extremely versatile rapper. That's a fact. Shout out to Tory Lanez. He's one of the best songwriters out right now. Keep going. Somebody in the chat. Anthony Emon. Keep going. What you gonna say? I need to get ready to let you go, my brother. So finish what the point you're trying to make.
Oh, all right. So, but yeah, like I said, there's so many different rappers, bro. Like that top 5 shit. That's only because Kiss said that shit. But that shit, I feel like that shit is so much of a fucking disservice to just hip hop, because there's so many phenomenal MCs. Like you got Redman, you got Corrupt, you got
both two of my favorites growing up. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Like at one point in time, Prodigy was the best rapper at one point in time. Maybe what 90 what 4 3 something like at some, I can't remember the exact year, but at one pocket of time, Prodigy was that rapper. He was that dude.
No, that's a fact. That's
so,
a fact.
like I said, but these other artists that I'm mentioning, they would never get mentioned. Because but if somebody was like, well, what about this one? They're going to be like, of course. But they don't never get mentioned. That's why I said it's really a disservice, because there's so many great rappers, bro. And then it all depends on what you listen to. Because it's like, there's people like Jay-Z might be argument. He might be, you know what I'm saying? Argument is the best or the greatest rapper, right? But there's some people who just don't rap with Jay-Z. Like, they just don't like him as a rapper. Like, they'd rather listen to Killer Mike. Or they might rather listen to, I don't know, Trey D or Too Short. Or, you get what I'm saying? Like, everybody has their own particular preference and taste of what they like to listen to. Like, hip-hop is like a buffet. And it just all depends on, okay, what you want. Okay, you want this? You want some land?
I think that I like your list, by the way.
Seafood?
I like your list.
Huh?
I like your list, by the way. I just wanted so we could be clear. I like your list. I think that you have a good list. I think the list. I think when you ask a person who their favorite rapper is, the list that they come up with tell you a lot about who they are as a person. So listening,
and if they rap, it tells them a lot about like how they rap or like what type of rapper they are also, and definitely the type of person they are. So you're 100% right about that.
Yeah, so I understand that I'm not here to argue that one rapper is better than the other, is my point. I just want to get a better understanding about who you are. It's like when you go speak to a psychiatrist and they say, if you was a tree, fuck a tree. If you was an animal, what kind of animal would you be? And people be like, and then you choose your animal. Then the psychologist, because they did certain study and they understand it a little bit better on how your brain works, so they can help you a little bit better. Right? You understand what I'm saying? So when I ask people who ask people who their favorite rappers are, it's just because we're trying to just give a better understanding about who you are as a person and as an artist. When you ask me who my top 5 is, I'm going to say Rakim 1. There is absolutely no question. I think that we don't have the majority of the rappers that we have nowadays if Rakim didn't come along and change the way that rap was done. Then I say Nas.
Right.
The reason why I say Nas is because not just because I think Nas is Rakim on steroids, but because Nas, in my opinion, has the greatest hip-hop album of all time in Illmatic. That's just my opinion. Right?
Illmatic.
Boom.
Illmatic.
Yeah, exactly. So then if my next two people are interchangeable, and I say Biggie and Pac, and to me they're interchangeable. The reason being is the reason I understand the impact that they had on rap. As you can see, everybody that I'm naming is people who had impact on the entirety of the culture, not just people who are good rappers by themselves. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. No, exactly. I get it, bro.
And my last guy, that usually just depends on what day. So I don't even have a top 5. I got a top 4, and my last one is just depending on what day you catch me on and what mood I'm in. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with you. Right. So I got a top 4, and the last part is kind of interchangeable because on any given day I might be on some different. My mindset might be different, and I might be gravitating in a different direction. I remember when Snoop dropped. Y'all don't understand. Somebody talking about Snoop in the chat. Y'all don't understand. I remember when Snoop dropped. I'm lying to you. I'm not. This is a whole fact. When Snoop dropped, he changed the whole entire leverage of hip hop. We fucked with the West, but when Snoop dropped, Snoop took over hip hop. I don't know no better way to. It was everything was Doggy Style. That damn album, everything.
You heard what Biggie said? You heard what Biggie said? He said, I'm sitting in the coop thinking about Lil Jets and Coops. Something, how to sell records like Snoop's. Oops. Like, he like, niggas knew what Snoop was. Like, even when Ho was, like, in the West had it locked. It was Snoop. Like, Snoop was that dude. I just feel like Snoop was one of those rappers to me where he didn't, like, because he made rappers that, like, he just, his work, his body of work didn't continue to be quality. Like, you're just like, I feel like after a while, niggas don't want to hear from a Snoop Dogg album, but you can always appreciate a Snoop Dogg feature.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of feel like that's where Rick Ross is right now in his career. Like, he's God level MC, and he's legend status as an MC, but it's like nobody don't want to hear a Rick Ross album, but you can always expect him. It's gonna always be an event when he's featured on a record. Like, he's gonna add that lemon pepper on that record, and it's gonna go. But you don't want to hear an album from Rick Ross no more now. You know what I'm saying? You take a verse from him, like on some Snoop shit. You know what I'm saying? Some Too Short shit. Like, he done solidified his spot in that Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
Where Hov could drop an album tomorrow, and niggas gonna go get that.
That's a fact.
Nas could drop an album tomorrow, niggas gonna go get that. You get what you see the
if Nas drop an album tomorrow, Hov is also. That nigga Hov is a rap bastard. I love Hov. He's gonna drop the same minute. He's like, Hov got 3 albums right now waiting for Nas to try to sneak one in. Hov he don't even want to drop an album unless Nas drop an album too. Hov is a petty ass rap bastard. Hov is the king. Hov and 50 Cent is the king of petty. I don't care what nobody say. We do petty wars over here, but them dudes do petty wars in real life. Shout out to them niggas.
But bro, think about how old of a person you have to be to live in somebody's mind rent free for 2 decades.
Yeah.
For 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't even understand the science of the ether record. Like Hov is the coke man, the big coke dealer. He's feeding cocaine with a person. That's Hov. You know what I'm saying? If all the Colombian coke in the world was a person, that's Hov. The only way back in the day niggas cut big pure coke was with what? Ether. Like, niggas don't be understanding the science. That's why that shit gets put at the nigga. He's like, I fuck with your soul with ether. Like, I'm about to kill you. I'm about to get at your soul, nigga. And did he not do it? The nigga said you a slave to a page in my rhyme book. Like, this nigga's been a slave to a page in his rhyme book since he literally came at this nigga, bro. Like, you know how ill of a person you gotta be for? Like, niggas, when you just so far up on high that niggas don't even understand the science of why you even named the record. And you talking about you just break a nigga down to molecules, bro. You traded your soul for riches. You're sad because you watch it. Well, you just broke the nigga down into fucking atoms. Nigga.
I think the thing that crushed Hov, maybe, I don't know, because I don't know Hov, obviously. That's definitely a rap I do not know. But one of the things that definitely had to have hit his soul when he basically told him that he's not the best nigga in his crew.
Right. When he said Beans was the best nigga.
And after he said that, guess what Hov did? Hov stopped fucking with Beans. I'm telling you factual shit. I'm telling you factual shit. This is not disputable. I'm telling you this is. I mean, people can have their own opinions. I'm pretty sure 100% you have your own opinion. Don't get this confused.
Right.
But I'm telling you, I fuck with niggas in Philly. I'm telling you, after Ether dropped, Hov cut that nigga off. I'm not laughing, man. This is fucked up. But after Ether dropped, Hov cut Beans off. All the way.
Not really. Nah, Beans, nah, I can't. Nah,
All of the projects that they had going on, what they went to completion, and then after those projects was done, he stopped fucking with Beans, man. He cut that nigga off.
Mind you, Beans was on American Gangster.
All of the projects that they had already going on, they kept going on. They went to those projects to completion. After those projects were over, he stopped fucking with Beans.
Nah, but
I'm telling you.
Gangster got the 07, bro.
Dude.
That's way after Ether. Ether came in 01.
Okay,
02.
So when did Jay-Z quit?
Jay-Z quit in 2005.
Okay.
He quit. He quit in 2003 because 50 Cent dropped. He quit to get out of 50 Cent way because he knew that 50 Cent was going to take over everything.
Okay, so yeah, he actually says that also. He actually told people about that also. He already told people that 50 Cent is coming, get out that man way. That's a fact. He told people.
No, he was telling them niggas to drop shit. Get your shit out there because this nigga gonna take over everything. He was just smart enough to be like, well, I'm just gonna take my hiatus. I'm gonna come back in 3 years and this nigga start simmering down. But Hov is smart. Hov is calculating like that. He know the average rapper got like a good. If you super hot, you got a good 3-year run.
Hov got in trouble with the Hov Nas thing happened. Hov had beef with Nas for mad years. Hov and Nas been going at each other since the 90s. These are facts. It's middle of the night, they've been going at each other. Hov been bitter at Nas allegedly because Hov wanted to be on Ether. Allegedly, Nas didn't let Hov. It was one of his albums. I don't know which album it was. It was one of the albums. Hov wanted to be on it. He ain't put him on it. Allegedly, these are allegations. These are just things that I heard. I can't co-sign any of it. I can't verify any of this. But this is what allegedly. That's partly where the beef kind of actually started from. And then Hov did some other stuff with his baby moms. Yeah, we know that happened. But one of the problems that they had for real was that Hov wanted to be on one of Nas's albums. Nas didn't allow for him to be on the album. He ain't put him on the album. Hov got pissed off. This is allegations. I don't know. Other people probably heard a different story. So they've been beefing since then. That's my point. My only point is that they've been beefing since the early 90s. That's my only point. However it started. So they've been beefing since the early 90s. When it started getting too hot for Hov went down to Philly to go get extra help, allegedly. This is just stories that people put out there. I think Hov is one of the greatest artists of all time. I'm not saying he needed help from anybody. I'm saying that these are allegations that are out there. So Hov allegedly went down to Philly to go get some backup. Them niggas, and not just backup on the mic. Them dudes in Philly, they was ready to blow anything down. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You feel me?
But I don't think it was that. I think because Hov is Hov. Hov got his crew to stand third. It wasn't that he was like scared of niggas. What I think Hov just went to recruit troops. Because you gotta think about it. It's like
I'm
like
not saying
right
scared,
now.
by the way, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, I know what you're saying. But it's like me right now. Like it was a time where like I was like on my rising up. You know what I'm saying? So I can battle. Niggas gonna come on battle rap for them to stand up. But then now if I get to a level where like, all right, I don't smoke a few niggas. Now I'm on my own rise. I'm trying to make songs and this, that, and third. I'm trying to get in the game. You can't keep battling niggas because you're gonna overexert yourself. That energy that you're putting into battle raps and shit. You could be using that shit to make a hit record. But you can't because you're distracted with this shit. So you need them troops. You need them troops in there to still handle the war on this front.
Hov needed help with Nas, man. Hov needed help with Nas, man. At least that's what people in Philly think. All right? Keep going. I don't know what to tell you. People in Philly think Hov needed help with Nas.
I don't think the Philly... If Hov needed help with anybody on a level like that, it wouldn't have been Nas. It would have been a lot.
You're saying it wouldn't be the person who literally is the one who fucking destroyed him?
No, but I don't know why. Because think about it. He wasn't never really stressing Nas like that. He knew. I feel like Hov knew that Nas was a GOAT, and obviously like he influenced him in some type of way because he obviously sampled his records, and everybody in New York was influenced by Nas. Wu-Tang, everybody. Nas was the golden child. So actually,
also, just so y'all know, I just want to throw this out there. That's why Wu-Tang caught beef with Biggie. Because they said Biggie was still in Nas' flow. Keep going.
They jacked his album cover.
No, Biggie was also still in Nas' flow. That's what they said. They said, I'm telling you this stuff that I know from they said Biggie, they was mad at Biggie. I think they even said it on an album. I think they literally in a verse, in a song, talked about how Biggie was still in Nas' flow.
It was a skit. They called it was shark niggas. It's like niggas is biting. Niggas is shark niggas. That's what that was. It was that skit on the Purple Tape. And from my recollection, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just saying from my recollection, it was because of that album cover. Mind you, Nas was the first one. Niggas still do it to this day. Nas was the first one to get a baby picture on the album cover.
That's a fact.
Then you see Ready to Die, you see Biggie as a baby.
That's a fact.
You know, Lil Wayne got the Carter 4 shit where he's a baby. Like, everybody still use that, but that comes from Nas. And as far as what I'm concerned, I mean, as far as that I knew, that's what they were talking about. You know, back then, like, if you copied anything a nigga did that was taboo, you was liable to get beat up and shoved out the game.
He was biting.
And you copied the way a nigga wore his hat, you was out of here. If you copied a rhyme, if you copied anything another nigga did, if you rapped like another nigga, if you sounded like another nigga, you was dead.
There was an interview. There was an interview that I believe it was Ghostface did, and Ghostface literally said that Biggie went out to Staten Island, pardon me, and they was out in Staten Island doing something, and Biggie started rapping, and he was sounding just like Nas, and that's why they had a little beef between Biggie and Ghostface for a while, because they was like, they not jacking the fact that he was sounding just like Nas, so it was literally because he was sounding like Nas.
Right. Okay. Got it. You know, but like we said, Nas was the golden child.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, there wasn't a rapper, like you said, there wasn't a rapper in New York that came after him that he didn't influence. Like, Illmatic, like you said, Illmatic was like the greatest. Illmatic was like the Old Testament of rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was the Thriller of rap, because it literally only had like 19 tracks, and Thriller had 9 songs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what that was. It was like the Old Testament of rap music. So like he influenced everybody, pretty much everybody that came after him. So it's like, but I feel like Hov wasn't really concerned with Nas because of Nas, his demeanor and his personality. You know how Nas is more like laid back and shit like that.
You know, you're literally. I just want to point something out. Huh? You're literally saying that Hov wasn't concerned with Nas, and Hov still to this day drop an album every time Nas drop an album.
But why? Because this is the point I'm getting at, bro. The point that I'm getting at is I felt like Hov kind of underestimated Nas. I feel like he wasn't worried about Nas in the sense, like, I felt like, you know, like when they have that thing where it's like the student, when the master teaches the student, after a while, the student starts smelling himself and he feel like he could beat the master ass. And I feel like that's kind of like where Hov, like you said, Hov is, we know Hov is the greatest or one of the greatest artists, so this ain't no disrespect to him. You know, I'm just brainstorming and giving my opinion. I feel like
I get it.
It got to a point where I feel like it got to a point where Hov was that nigga, and he knew he was that nigga, and he was just like, man, I'm not worried about this thing, because Nas was dropping wild dance, bro. Like, it was fire, but then like Nas on the end, it was like, I fucked with it, but it was like, you know what I'm saying? Then you got Nostradamus. Like, Nas was cold as hell, bro. Like, everybody knew he was that dude, but he was cold. So Jay-Z's like, yo, I'm that nigga. Like, I'm not even worried about this nigga's a has-been. I'm not worried about this nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was just kept poking at the man. So he was like, I ain't worried about this nigga. And then when Nas hit the nigga with the ether shit, he was like, oh, shit. He ain't see it coming. And that's why I feel like it probably fucked with it so, like it was fucking with him so much. Because he probably really thought like, yo, I got this nigga. This nigga can't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go back thinking about it, bro, Nas was cold as fuck. Like, that's what Hov was even saying in the takeover shit. Like, you know,
Nas
Nas
is historically a terrible beat picker. At least he picks beats or he gets beats that don't work with him historically. So I'm not gonna argue that fact. Keep going. Like I
But
said,
it wasn't even that, bro. It was just the album. The albums were just not good body of work. Like he always have a good song and a fire song. He's always a god MC. It's just that the whole product, the whole quality content of the album, they just weren't Illmatic, and it was written. When he came back with Stillmatic, that's what he was a phoenix. He rose from the ashes. Anything he dropped pretty much between It Was Written and Stillmatic was just like cold as hell. Nas fell off in a sense. I mean, it could have been from personal shit he was going through in his personal life. It could have been from anything, but he fell off. Like in the eyes of the rap people, like Hov was that nigga.
Okay,
and that's why I feel like Hov. Go ahead.
No. Finish what you're gonna say. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I felt like Hov was just like, bro, I'm that nigga. He dead. Like this nigga's washed up. He's washed.
Okay, so this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. I think Nas has the same problem that Rakim has, and the problem is this: sometimes the public just expects so much out of you that you can't do enough. Rakim's first album.
Oh, go ahead.
Rakim's first album was what was the wait? I forgot the name of it. Real quick, hold on. No, Rakim first.
Was it Pick My Melody or Follow the Leader?
No. Rakim first album was what the fuck? Why did?
Google it.
No. Wait, what song? What you said?
I said Google it, but I was thinking it was like Follow the Leader, or I think didn't you have one Check My Melody? Or what was it?
Paid in Full. Rakim's first album was Paid in Full, right?
Paid in Full, exactly.
Right, just so we can be clear, it was Paid in Full, right? That song was one verse. People forget that.
Right.
That song was one verse. That nigga literally came out and his feature song was one damn verse. The audacity of this rat bastard. Just think about that real quick. That's like a motherfucker going up to the plate to go hit and say, you know what? One pitch. If I miss, it's an out. Just one pitch. And then you throw that one pitch and the motherfucker hits a grand slam.
Right. You bet $1 million. You bet $1 million on one play. Like, nigga, I ain't here to play. I bet it all right here just on that. What's up? Who betting?
Exactly. So Rakim's first album was Paid in Full, right? That was his first album. I Ain't No Joke was the song on the album, not his first album. So on that song, one rap, period, boom, he killed it. Thinking of a master plan. There ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pockets, all my money spent, so I go deeper. But still coming up when lent, so I check my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up. This is a hold up. Ain't nothing funny. Stop smiling, cause still ain't nothing moved but the money. So now I learn to earn, cause I'm righteous. It feels great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I stay alive. Walk through the streets, whistling this, feeling out of place, cause man did I miss a pen and a paper, a stereo, a taper, me and Eric being a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish, and without no money it's still a wish. See, I don't need to dream about getting paid, I just dig into the books of the rhymes that I made, so it's a quest to see if I got pulled. Hit the studio, cause I'm paid in full. What the fuck? One verse. One verse. Yeah. So I think Nas had the same issue. Whereas his first album was just not something that he was going to be able to top with his next album. It was just not going to be able to happen. And I think
he's always going to be compared to himself. When you break, you're always going to be compared to yourself.
Exactly.
You're going to get compared. It's like Lil Wayne. Like he still dropped some fire bars and everything, but it's not no ceiling. It's not Carter 3. You know what I'm saying? You always going to get compared to yourself when you're great. which is a blessing and a curse at the same time.
That's a fact.
You know?
And that song that verse that I just spit is from fucking 1987. Just so y'all could be clear.
I know.
What the fuck? That was bars from 1987.
But like you said, he changed the whole landscape of rap at that point because niggas was rapping totally different before that time.
That's a fact.
Like he ushered in the lyrical bars, the flow, like it was that cool shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was like that drug dealing hustler shit. Like you seen the way them niggas look? The Gucci shit, the MCM, the Dapper Dan shit, the big gold chain.
He wanted to look like Rakim.
Niggas is spitting. Niggas got the but niggas is on some knowledge of self shit at the same time.
Yeah.
But niggas is stuck down. And niggas is getting money. It was just like a total encompass of a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the god, the rap god. Like, it's crazy.
Excuse me. Yes. Anyway, my brother, we about to let you pull up out of here. Anything you want to end off with?
Yo, I appreciate it once again. Like always, I appreciate the love. I appreciate the chop off. I appreciate all the supporters of the BBN Network. Shout out to y'all. Show me some love if y'all can. If y'all want to, if y'all like the conversation, if y'all like, the bars and the music or whatever. Like I said, hit me up on YouTube, Freo space ISA space Black. Follow my Riverside Instagram page. Hit me up on streaming networks. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Definitely appreciate you calling in, and make sure you get me that music I can play, my brother, because I need to be playing. Yeah, I want to change the show around a little where we play a lot more music. So get me some music.
Got you, bro.
Appreciate you. Later.
What?
That was Freo ISO Black. I'm gonna show y'all his IG real quick again. I'm over here sneezing and shit. You don't know how. Okay, so I'll go to her page a lot. Shout out to her. I'm just gonna keep it a stack. Shout out to Freo ISO Black, calling in, chopping it up with us. Follow the brother. He got good music. We fucks with him. He BBN. For real, for real. Some drops. A drop came through, and while we was on the thing, I just didn't want to cut him off. So I didn't think we was gonna actually have him. I didn't think we was gonna be here that long. I was gonna actually just. I didn't mean to have it go so long, but it was going well, so I kept him on. It was going well. I definitely appreciate that. So let me call out this drop real quick. Y'all want a morning coffee or no? Let me know right now. Anybody want a morning coffee? Shout out to DSTN with the $5.11 drop. I think that he was trying to do a petty war. Shout out to Black Cuddy becoming a BBN gang member. I don't know if that's the real Black Cuddy or not, but we're gonna accept that as the real Black Cuddy till we know different. I talked to Black Cuddy on IG, so if it's the fake Black Cuddy, we'll know. Well, we have prices. You can hit me up, CR, and then we'll see if we play the guy. I'm not going to go into it right now, but you can just hit me up on IG. That's the IG right there. And then we'll see if we'll play the guy. That's all I can tell you. I had somebody once say, yo, I got somebody I want you to post. I said, not a problem. I'll post them on IG. And then he sent me to a page with a chick that's most of her pictures is naked. I'm not trying to promote that type of content. I feel bad. You understand what I'm saying? Because he did actually pay first. I think I sent the money back, and then he sent it back to me. But when there's certain things we're not trying to promote. If you're trying to do Lil Nas X devil worship and shit, now right now we're not promoting that. You're gonna be angry. You're gonna be angry. We're not doing no Lil Nas X. I don't even care if you fake devil. You can't fake worship the devil. You can't worship the devil and be like, I'm just trolling. Like, that's not the way God works. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, anybody that thinks that that's the way that God works, shout out to you, but that's not the way God works. You can't fake worship the devil. The hell. Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. Do y'all want a morning coffee tomorrow? Let me know now. Whoever want a morning coffee tomorrow, put morning coffee up so I know. Put MC up. Anybody that thinks that we should do a morning coffee in the morning. What up, OG? What up, OG King Blood? Salute. Alright, so we're gonna most likely have a morning coffee in the morning. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. So some of y'all want a morning coffee in the morning. Fuck it, we'll do a morning coffee in the morning. You know, Saturdays I usually don't do it in the morning. I usually spend Saturday mornings trying to get stuff prepared and ready for the next week. And then Sunday I usually spend resting. I might switch to 2 days. I don't know. I might switch to 2 days. I don't know. I'm just happy we had somebody on and we was able to talk about hip hop. That felt good. I like to talk about rap. I don't get that opportunity to discuss rap that much with people. Okay, she pretty as shit. I am not gonna reshare her pictures, but she is pretty as shit. I tell y'all what, tomorrow morning, I had somebody talk about how they wanted to challenge somebody, wanted to challenge somebody at Petty Wars. Are we having a Petty War in the morning? I'm just curious. I have a couple of people who looking to fight in the morning, and they want to have Petty Wars. If we have morning coffee in the morning, we're gonna have Petty Wars in the saloon. Who want Petty Wars in the saloon? Who wants Petty Wars in the saloon tomorrow? I'm just asking. You don't have to say no, by the way. You could just not answer. Who wants Petty Wars in the saloon tomorrow? And if we have Petty Wars in the saloon tomorrow, who's thinking about participating? I'm just curious. Just so people know who to call out. Because what y'all don't be knowing is there be people that be wanting people to call out and they don't know who to call out. Who said that, Anthony Iman? Why would somebody even make shoes like that? That's retarded. Why would you make see-through fucking shoes like that? What the fuck? Why would you do that? No, we're not doing that. And those are high-end shoes, so they're expensive. We're not doing that. Alright, we're gonna go. All right, we're gonna go. All right, so I'm gonna let y'all go. We'll have morning coffee in the morning tomorrow. I tried to let the people know who's ready to have petty wars with them, so y'all can stop attacking people who don't want to fight. Y'all be attacking people that don't want to fight. I just want to let y'all know. So I tried to let people know who want to have petty, so everybody can know who want to have petty wars with them, so y'all can stop attacking people that don't want to fight. With that being said, yo, look, I love y'all. Everybody have a beautiful day. I think that we had a nice conversation about hip hop. I want to have more conversations about hip hop, and hopefully next week we'll be able to have our sports show off and running. 2 more weeks, 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks, about 3 more weeks. We're gonna have a couple of other things. We have a lot of opportunity and we have a lot of things that's going on over here. It's just that I only got 2 hands. I don't know no other way to say it. New Jordan 1s dropped this weekend. I don't really buy 1s that much, but I'm not buying no sneakers at all right now. What up, Freo? There go Freo ISO Black right there. Y'all could go to his site. Y'all could go to his page and pull up on the brother and stream some of his music. I'm pretty sure he got stuff over there that you would like. With that being said, we're going to get up out of here. Pull up in the morning. I guess we have petty wars if y'all want to, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But I will say there are about 3 or 4 people who are dying to have petty wars. I was hoping they probably not in here right now, but there's about 3 or 4 people that's dying to have petty wars. We will be in the saloon tomorrow. Tomorrow's morning coffee will be the saloon. We will be in the saloon tomorrow. Pull up. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Ballers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's